Nobody knows what just happened. Hi everybody. We're so happy to have you here.
Yes.
I finally got power in my place, so I have lighting that you can actually like see the room.
Whoa, John, I could see your face real clear. Whoa.
Is that a problem?
Whoa.
Whoa, what happened?
No, just I can see everything real clear on your face.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Maybe we can fix that and make it worse.
Yeah, just ask God. Whoa, that's
Oh,
cool.
look at that.
Have to...
Whoa, do not adjust your televisions. You are now entering. Is it the Twilight Zone that did that?
Ding, 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 ding.
All right,
do you like
folks,
Twilight Zone?
We are here, and this is about as much as we can do. The rest of it, we had to call in some support because we texted each other and we were like, oh my God, we're already like 3 minutes late. This is how we text each other.
That's old school texting.
Yeah. What the kids call old school texting.
Yeah.
You just call each other. And it's like, oh God, I'm just beat, man. I don't know. So let's just get some help so to have other people bring the energy so that we can just pretend like we had a good show.
Yeah, these guys are gonna for sure bring the energy. Okay, because these guys are practically known for fucking energy.
Yeah. Especially Jesus. All right.
They're gonna take the John. You know what I like about this? They're gonna take the weight off us.
That's what I mean.
Let them do, because I'm feeling I'm a little under the weather today. You obviously kind of look the way you do. We get these guys in, and then let them play, and then we'll just chime in every like few minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All the pressure's on them. So let's start with the well, I'm gonna try. I have to pick one. I can't do both at the same time. So I'm just gonna do my fastest click to do both at the same time. Oh, it worked.
Oh wow. That was perfect.
Wow, dude, that was. Did you have to manually click them to get in?
And there was like a you were in between them, so I had to like click and then move my mouse up.
That's how you know John's a gamer. He has that.
Yeah. Asking about the shirt. This is from Pop Killer, which is out in Little Tokyo, actually.
Yes.
California-based company. They actually work with real artists to get the.
Yes, that's where we went. We went there, John. We went to that physical store when you were here in Little Tokyo.
That's right. And they also have a what is that called when they sell old stuff? Thrift version, like a thrift version, resale store.
Anyway, you might be asking who our guests are if you are a fan of Korn. We have is it Jonathan Davis?
Jonathan Davis.
Yeah. Gary, what is the most? We'll talk to Gary first. We'll talk to this other fucking guy that we got. Gary, what's the guy that you mostly get like when people? Because I know you have to get somebody. Is it Jonathan Davis? Like, what's the?
Yeah, I get Jonathan Davis a lot, which is really funny because there's a possibility that we're gonna be in the same room soon. We're gonna be working together.
Oh,
so that's gonna be really funny. And the other one, which I never understood, was Randy Falk from NECA. Everybody always remember that joke that I was Randy. That's the other one that I get.
But that's a straight. Randy Falk is not like a famous guy to like.
Maybe it's more of like, oh, you're Randy Falk because you're such a NECA shill. You shill so hard that they're like, oh, he's just pretending to be this guy named Gary.
Yeah. I could see that.
He gets early.
Gary, if Randy Falk, since you're such a big NECA fan, if Randy Falk asked you to be, remember like Saddam Hussein had like doppelgangers that like were him, like, so he would go out there, they would go out there and they would, like if Randy Falk was like, Gary, be my Saddam Hussein doppelganger, would you do that? Because you're like as a fan?
No.
Oh.
Wow.
I guess that's the end of that scenario.
I guess someone didn't take improv classes.
Yeah. Good, Gary. Good job, just fucking stonewalling that bit. We could have done like 10 minutes on it, but anyway.
I will say I am such a NECA shill. I had a ticket to that Netflix as a joke Pee Wee event on Monday in LA.
Oh yeah.
And I gave it to Blaine. I sent Blaine out there instead.
I'm surprised he didn't have one.
Where was it?
That's a whole. I don't know, but there's a lot of it was somewhere in LA. That's all I know. But what I do know is it was an absolute mess. Everything NECA. They're like, why did NECA ask? Because they did ask. You told them no, and it's like a whole thing. So
got it.
Yeah,
Gary, if only you knew somebody that lived next to LA that would have also enjoyed that ticket. But I guess
yeah, Toy Shiz.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I knew her shiz.
The other guy we got. Look how Sebastian has to write his whole ass name right at right on the. Sebastian, you gotta CGT or something. You know
That's my legal name.
It's his legal name.
SGT. Yep. I'll make that next time. Can I change it now?
SGT, sorry.
I'm gonna flip your camera so that it looks like you're part of the conversation.
Well, he had flipped it before.
Well, I flipped it before because he was on the other side. Yeah. Because he's mirrored. He's backwards now.
Yes.
But now he looks like he's talking to us. This is like okay. I mean, if you don't want to be here, dude, just
standing in the corner, just
Sean, can you do one where he's looking down, where it just the thing just inverts and he's looking like
yeah, you just have to grab your monitor and then twist
it. Okay. I like how John says monitor. John, it's monitor.
Monitor.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
I call upon you, Monitor. Do my bidding,
Monitor. John, okay. What about everybody? Just chill for a second. What about a Nefertiti character? A Nefertiti character that is a Minotaur, but a Minotaur would crossover with a Monitor. Is there something? There's some kind of thing. Is there something there, guys? Is it
Monitar?
A what?
Ooh. A Monitar?
Ooh, a Monitar.
Oh God,
Monitar.
That's our brand.
Minitar. And that's oh no, a Minotaur. And then he's like, no, a Minitor. And he comes out and he's just this little.
He's just a tiny little guy. And
he's still angry.
He's just stabbing Flipboard's foot, yes, and he's like, come on, please.
It could be a slug, a slug at him. You can just have that as a bundle.
Wait, what?
If you did a Monitor action figure, then just have the slug, just a basic little non-movable character. Easy
companion.
Yeah.
Monitor and Minitor. Brothers. But Minitor is the older brother.
Yeah, I like the older, but I like a little, because without context, you might be like, oh my God, this guy's going to be a problem. But then when you see him in scale, it's like he's very, very small. So I like that. Anyway, we ran over the introduction. Sebastian Gomez
also ran out of time.
Yeah, we're out of time. What if we just cut him off? We're like, sorry.
The Oscar music's playing.
Time.
I'm thanking my mother. Yeah, dude. I've had 6 trains of thought that have just left me because I've just been sitting here. But it's fine.
Okay. That'll happen.
Yeah, apologies for putting my whole name.
Who are you? Because everybody's confused because you're not giving enough context, and who also do you get? Who do people think you are? Like how Gary, everybody thinks he's like Korn or Randy Falk. Who do people confuse you for as well?
I'm a guy that likes to sculpt stuff and is getting to meet fun people and gets to join in fun podcasts like this one. But who do I get? People don't tell me that I look like many people, but there's one friend 15 years ago that told me that I looked like one of the guys from Flight of the Conchords. And I Googled and I Googled it, and I was like, oh, he has glasses and a beard. Okay, sure.
That's really the only thing.
Well, it's like whenever people come up to you and they say hey, I think you look like this person, it's most likely going to be somebody that you don't agree with. You know what I mean?
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Who do you guys look a lot like that? There's another Instagram account I follow called Sebastian Gomez Photo. You look a lot like him too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one venture that didn't really take off. So I made a lateral move to toys, and that seems to be doing better.
He
Yeah.
used to message me on both of them. Then when he started talking to me on toys, I'm like, I don't want to ask him, are you the same dude? Like, because I was like talking to him like he was a new person that I've never talked to before. And then one day he's like, oh, just after like months, you're just like, oh, by the way, I'm the same.
Dude, I will literally jump. I will jump in the same conversation between different accounts, and then at some point I realized it because we started talking more. And I remember saying like, "Yeah, I met you at PowerCon," and I think I told him that in one account, and then I sent him a picture of us together in another account. I feel like we're the only ones laughing, Gary, but
No,
it's fine.
No, we're listening to your story.
I'm just trying to read your body language.
Tom in real time that I said, I don't know if this is the same guy. Like, I feel awkward as shit asking.
Well, you didn't ask it, and I am the same guy, and here we are.
Yeah.
Together at last.
You guys should have your own podcast and maybe even work together.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like
That's
that.
a good segue, Gary.
Yeah.
Take it away.
I mean, I was gonna say, do you want to tell everyone?
No, you can say it.
Well, before we started, I was telling Jonathan how busy Bull Airs has been, and we got so many contracts and licenses, and it's been absolutely absurd. We can't keep up.
Wait, Gary, hold on. Gary, hold on a second. 1 second before you get it. Tell people who you are and who Bull Airs. Gary comes in with a million assumptions. Like, everybody knows there's new people. Pretend this is a real show. This is obviously you see John and I, you think it's just a bunch of knuckleheads, and we are, but like, give the people some context because you do good stuff. And so introduce, who are you? Who the fuck are you? What's your company? And then you bring the whole thing in.
Dude, Nir, if you read your own chat, you'd know everybody knows who the fuck I am. So
yeah, the chat represents everybody. Everyone.
I guess we'll just do what Nir wanted because Nir's the dad of the group. I am a CFO of a company called Bull Airs, and we do shoes, clothing, toys now. I'm running Sneak Attack Toys is like my main thing. I run the whole toy division. And to really segue that, I'm working on Chuck E. Cheese. We announced he's coming out. June 16th is the Kickstarter date. We're doing Kickstarter for fun. So go back it if you can. Cool stuff. If the boys let me, I'll show you a photo later. But Sebastian, I saw, was an incredible sculptor. And then Nir and I were talking a lot about who we should have sculpt Denver, which was Nir's idea. Denver, the Last Dinosaur. So I hit up Sebastian. Sebastian said yes. He sculpted it in record time. That is the initial prototype that I painted. That was at Toy Fair of the hard copy. I did send you the paint, by the way, Nir. You should fix that.
I know, I'm going to. Well, actually, my wife is going to help me with it. But it's,
he a little bit of a whoopsie in transit. You can't on the other side.
I don't care. I love it.
That's the OG, and then in my office is the one that Sebastian printed. That's the other one that I painted. But anyway, we offered Sebastian a job full time.
Yes, congratulations. Yes, that is a great. So, congratulations, first of all, Sebastian, who is full of secrets and didn't say it to me, but Gary told it to me. And congrats, so you're going to be doing some Bull Airs, and Bull Airs is also. This is a congrats to you guys because you are officially with Chucky getting into the toy industry, as we say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a thing where I'm gonna be straight up with you.
Straight up, now,
people found out that we were doing Chuck, and then other licensors were like chomping at the bits to have us do action figures, even though we haven't done one yet. They just know what we've done with our shoes and the detail we put into them, and they ran to us, like, not even joking. So it's been really awesome.
They ran to you.
They ran to me.
They ran.
They sprinted. Sebastian's gonna be a busy boy. But I know you're gonna have fun with it because we're just a bunch of, as Nir says, knuckleheads. We're a bunch of fucking idiots that just have a lot of fun. So it's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited.
That's the Gary I know, because Gary's actually a good salesman. So I wanted him to give the complete thing because yes, Bull Airs does amazing stuff. I've been a fan of Bull Airs for a while. growing up as a sneakerhead, kind of a sneaker. I knew a lot of sneaker. I was never myself like premier sneakerhead because it was too expensive. But you know, I think that Bull Air is probably the top of the line in terms of like shoes and apparel that actually like takes the theme and like on model artistically makes it, because there's a lot of like shitty, you know, if you're like into shoes, you know, crossover stuff is very, a lot of times very half-assed. Like they'll be like, here's some new turtle kicks, and it's like green, and you're like, what's the you know, can you
like those Adidas Freddy Krueger shoes that they did?
Exactly.
No,
I mean, they look like Freddy Krueger shoes. That's the running joke of those, because they're like,
oh, okay, yeah, no,
the turtle ones.
So, but Bull Airs, I mean, you guys are great about, yeah, just like making like fun shit, and like now you sort of like created like a nice like brand of like where you cross like a lot of licenses. So I'm very excited to see what you're doing with that. And Sebastian's is you know, we're a fan of his as well. Sebastian landed on my radar with the I really love the Space Jam.
Yeah, the Monstars, yeah.
All of the stuff. It was Monstars. Yeah. It was the bunnies and
the bunnies,
which I am pursuing, by the way. There's an announcement, like his sculpts and everything. He doesn't even know this. Like, I'm going to be at not next week, the week after. I'm going to be in Vegas for Licensing Expo. I'm going to be going after that.
Oh, I might see you there.
Really?
Yeah, I might, because I have to Ace. Wait, it's not next week. It's
the week after. It's the week after. I literally fly out May 18th, which is my birthday. Every year I got to go to this stupid convention on my birthday.
Wait, May 18th is your birthday?
Yeah.
May 22nd is mine.
Hell yeah, May babies.
Whoa, dude, May 19th is mine.
Are you serious?
No, I'm joking. I just want to be part of the.
It was a good way to find out who your real friends are, because you already had a birthday this year.
Yeah, good job, Sebastian. You don't even know when my birthday is. Yeah, I'm gonna see you there, Gary. We'll have let's go to lunch.
So, Sebastian, here's a quick update on how Tom, your new boss, works. He knows I'm not going to be into the office today. He just said, Mother's Day shopping. I'll be in a bit. Remember I tell you how pretty relaxed we are with our work schedule? Right. So I'm holding the phone up to send him a photo to let everybody know that he doesn't pay the fuck attention to what I'm doing.
Whoa. John, what do you think?
There's a clip. There's a nice audio clip.
Yeah. All right, let's say hello to the chat, because there's a chat here, and there's many people that woke up just to see Sebastian and Gary. So let's say hello to them. You got Mother Slug, you got VPG here, you got Fat Buttstiny. Fat Buttstiny, John?
That is Fat Bud's Tiny.
Fat Bud's Tiny. Okay. We got Artcast. We got pizza flavored pizza flavored combos. Dude, I can go for some fucking combos.
Yeah, that name came from us talking about it on the stream.
Did it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't. He could just like pizza.
It's like that versus Chex Mix for
Chex Mix. Yeah. Oh yeah. Remember our discussion checking with it? That stupid wheat inside the Chex Mix. It just fucking ruins it.
Fucking rye bread bullshit.
Yeah, that rye bread. When I make a tiny sandwich. Perry Slocum is here. My buddy Perry Slocum, who actually hooked me up with something real cool. Cracked Open Games and Toys. You got Jamie's. You got Toy Wander. You got I'm gonna get this name right, John, for once. T3K Nicoller.
Yeah, crushed it.
Oh yeah.
You got Dust Tapes. You got Pickle D. He's right here. Pickle D. Fuck me up with that.
Pickle D.
John, do your Pickle D. John, read some of these names as Pickle D.
Okay. Hello, this is the Toy Farce. He says, good afternoon, y'all. Cracked Open Games and Toys. It's not good. I haven't practiced, which I lied last time.
That was pretty good.
but I
we love Pickle D. Okay, even though he insulted me yesterday, and then many more, and then we got a few member thingamajings right here. We got Casper's right here, Casper Corner, 44 months. By the way, you got to rep hard for MHR. You got to become a member because I've been doing some on the shelf reviews. The last on the shelf review I did was Supergirl and Creme de la Creme, whatever the fuck that guy's name is. I would never buy it, but I saw it on the shelf. That's what an on the shelf review. I go to Target or Walmart. I see a figure on the shelf. I review it right there on the shelf. Even if there's people around, I'll be obnoxious. I don't care. I'll be loud. I'll review the thing. I go through it, and then that's it. Obviously, I don't open it, but on the shelf reviews. So if you want to see on the shelf reviews, if you want to see me piss people off, if you want to see people throw things at me and call me names and call me stupid, you don't just come here. That's the thing that John does. But you also go to the member chat and you become a fucking member, and it costs you $1. $1. Oh my God, I'm missing $1 a month. So stop being so fucking stingy. You can fucking pay the $1. Anyway, that's my sales pitch. And then we got a member for 27 months. What happened? Yeah, I'll go ahead. Yeah.
Casper asked a question to me, and I was looking on my phone, and I wanted to let him know the answer is yes. We have the Casper the Friendly Ghost license. So,
he would love that, man. That's actually a really good license.
So make sure when you see that thing go live, make sure to hit me up. I'll get you hooked up.
Whoa, look at that, Casper. If you get it, can you dance with Christina Ricci?
Oh, that'd be sick, but no.
Oh, okay. Sebastian Gomez just became a member of the Sebastian. You get to now see these on the shelf reviews, dude.
Real-time sub or join.
The real-time sub. I love it. Thank you, buddy. We got VPG right here with member for 27 months, repping hard for the MHR, and then a little period at the end. And then Pickle D, member for 19 months, rep hard. Look how much money I invested in this channel. That is true. But VPG, but Pickle D, it's obviously it pays off and you're a fucking star now.
It's an investment. It's like buying Rolex and stuff. Like
exactly. Everybody benefits as a member. By the way, if you're a member of the channel, if I see you in public, you get either you can pick how you can get either a handshake, a fist bump, you can get a hug. Okay, everything has to be consensual, but like I don't do that. If you're not a member, if you go, hey Hatter, I just walk on by. But if you are a member, you do get those perks.
Wow.
Like when I see you in real time.
I don't even get that.
No, fuck no.
I'm not a member, so
no. Even though John is staying with me, I still will not fist bump him or touch him.
Yeah.
VPG 999. Can we get a Bull Airs and Nostalgia Reboxed crossover with Reebok pumps in the Reboxed red, white, and blue colorway? Then the part you press to pump looks like Jonathan's face.
Wow.
Dude, Gary, can you address that?
This guy paid $10 to give you a $1 million idea.
Yeah, we could do that.
Wow,
dude, I would wear this wouldn't work in reverse because he would never do it. But I would wear Jonathan pumps. Like I would wear Nostalgia Unboxed,
Reboxed,
with his face like on it. That's actually a great idea.
Can we do it like? And then you just put a big red pump in there, so it kind of looks like a ball gag.
We'll call him Jonathan Air Maxwell's.
Oh,
Air Max.
Whoa, that's a good one. We got Casper Corner here. Wait, Gary, did you fucking read my super chat before I got the chance to read the super chat?
Yeah, dude, go fuck yourself.
Oh man, we're gonna have to talk offline. I'm glad I get to see you in Vegas.
Someone's in trouble.
Fucking knock him out, kids. No, Gary's very tall. Gary, you'd be hard to knock out. It's like I feel like you're very like white. Like you fight like from Soul Calibur, like Valdo. You guys remember Valdo? Like in Soul Calibur,
bend over backwards, walk on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how Gary fights. It's very difficult to beat him up.
Which is crazy because he's like 6'3".
Yeah, Gary, how tall are you?
6'1".
6'1".
Yeah, 6'3". That's what I said.
Yeah, exactly. Everything to John past like 5'6".
Yeah, I can't comprehend the distance beyond my own height.
And then we got Toka That Race are gifting 20 memberships. Thank you, sir. Guys, I don't know if you know, Toka That Race are pretty much is keeping the lifeblood of the Hatter channel up. Okay, people think that he's like my cousin or something. It's not true. Toka That Razor is just a big supporter of the channel, and he went hard today with 20 memberships for all of these sexy people right here. And look at that green. I just want to see if we can guilt somebody and see if there's somebody. Well, here's one. This one actually hurts a little bit because Super Joe's a friend, but that's okay. But let's see, who else can we guilt that I thought should have been a member but isn't. This is the part that I love. Is this fun? I did that to Sebastian one time. I was like, Sebastian, what the fuck? So I like that he like just came correct. No, I think that's it. So Super Joe kind of hurts, but and then you got Sebastian, and then I think that's all the business. Oh no, robot reviews, one more, and then I'll stop talking, and then everybody can stop talking. I'll stop talking for the rest of the chat. $10 USD. What's up, fellas? Okay, so three things. One, how's Denver, the Last Dinosaur progress coming along? And two, did you guys see the new Star Fox direct reveal from Nintendo yet? And three, which comp should make the figures? Thank you, Robot Review. By the way, follow Robot Reviews. He's got a fun channel too. His best friend is Todd McFarlane, so he talks to him all the time. And Todd is a great get. So thank you for that. Gary, Sebastian, go answer the questions.
I mean, that's a Sebastian question. I think he was going to start upping progress on it at the end of like March or February, and then we haven't really talked about it, so I don't know.
No, I think we talked the last progress that I made was that delivery, and then some stuff came up, some other things that I had to finish. So basically I'm winding down now this next week or so. Basically May is kind of winding down, and then when I start with Bull Airs, which will be probably at the end, we'll get back
May
to
26th, I think.
Yeah, we'll get to talking about like articulation and stuff like that. But most of the stuff, most of the sculpt is there. I think we gotta do the skateboard. We still gotta do that.
Yeah, I think the skateboard's got to get done.
And then come with the skateboard.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, I had to step away for a little bit just to work on other stuff. But I'm glad to be back. And Denver, I mentioned earlier, and at some point, that Denver wasn't like a huge part of my growing up, but it's been really nice to see the community that it has and how strong it is. Because when that got showcased during Toy Fair, like there was a lot of buzz around it, which was nice.
More than Chuck. Like I was telling Tom said he saw a lot of Chuck. It was kind of equal, but like, I mean, I know Near can probably attest to this. Denver was a hit. It was like everybody was freaking out about it. I didn't even know we made it in the Toy Collector magazine. So like we'll be in like 3 issues of Toy Collector magazine in general between Denver and Chuck. But like Denver was like the hit of the show, and I
love it.
Couldn't be happier because it's just such a out of left field.
Yeah, Gary, who convinced you to do the Denver?
Oh, it was you. I love telling the story of how you like texted me at midnight during DCon. Bro, I got the greatest idea. Can you do Denver action figures? Like just like that. But it wasn't even a text. It was probably a voice message. You just voice message me all day.
I talk to Gary all the time, and yes, I need to take. Even though Gary and Sebastian are working hard to make this a reality, the credit has to be 96% to me because yes, I was like, because I'm a huge fan of that. So I'm so happy. I feel like, there's a Jewish term called nachas, where you feel this pride, So and I'm a big supporter of Sebastian. So I feel like even though I have nothing to do, and trust me, I get no cha-ching off this, but it's okay. That prototype is my cha-ching. I feel great that like not only like that this is coming, because I think this is going to be a very successful endeavor, and I really like in Denver, huh? Whoa, guys, I just came up with that. But I feel like I love that this is like giving love to like some properties that are not like on the complete radar, because even shit like that would like fit. Like I have that Denver prototype with like my turtles, and it just looks so good. You know what I mean? So I'm just very excited that. By the way, is he gonna have like well, maybe that's like a reveal. Maybe it's like a pack. I'm not gonna ask that. It's a pack.
No, just ask. I don't know.
Is he gonna have like a soft goods shirt
a jacket?
or
Huh? Hasn't even been talked about. But
okay,
I mean, honestly, one thing I'm learning from this whole Kickstarter thing is stretch goals are very important, like unlocks. So that might be something like that. Like with Chuck, I just want to give everybody everything. And they're like, no, you got to start scaling it back. Like they wanted me to take the extra head out, the shoes. I'm like, no, like this is the pack out. So the whole last week I've been actually scrambling to get add-ins. So for Denver, I'm learning from this experience that we're gonna have extra add-ins and stretch goals.
Dude, you got to have a place to go, even if it's like a real high goal.
Yeah. Well, you can add in like, you know, you hit this goal and you get a pizza booth. You hit this goal and you get a couple kids. You hit this goal and you get the drunk abusive father to add into the mix and make it really just feel like it.
Pizza father.
Well,
hey, you don't tell me I drinking the pizza. Yeah. Like, he's got to, when you press the button, he's got to say that.
Yeah, I mean, un-Denver related, but like with the Chuck related stuff, like we were doing originally, like we were going to do an animatronic head as like a stretch goal.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't really get it to look right with the cartoon body. So like I scrapped that. Then we were going to try to do like the cartoon face, but with the animatronics inside where his face came down, like the Billy Bob that I think Kwong did. I don't know if he did it with Justin Ishmael or not, but him and someone else had done it, which is like really cool. They didn't want that. It was that's something that we couldn't get approved. And then we're like, then Tom straight up asked him if we could do the cigar holding hand, the microphone, and then like that really creepy like animatronic face. And they tried, but they couldn't get it. Like there's no way we're going to be able to send out Chuck with a cigar. So there was just like all these different things we kept trying. I wanted to do a swappable the vest that he wears, the red vest. I wanted to do the checkers that are prominent, the red and orange checkers. And then when I looked at tooling, his whatever the front part is, the yellow part that goes on him, it's all one piece. And then you'd have to be taking them apart just to replace it. And I was like, I don't want people to have to rip their figures apart. It's not how I'm designing it. Yeah. So like I've had to like dial stuff back quite a bit on it, but like just, you know, I guess for people to learn, like I'm doing a flocked one. So there's going to be a flocked Chuck. I'm finalizing my design right now. I didn't get to finish him yesterday, but like he's being finalized now in Photoshop. So he's not going to be a physical. It's going to be a render that I created. We're doing a gold vac metal, a silver vac metal, and a bronze vac metal that will be limited to like 20 units each, and they're going to be $200. They're like collectible, keep them in the package type stretch goals. And then I'm doing a wacky accessory pack where I don't know if I sent that to you. Did I send that to you yesterday? Like the crazy like blue and purple pizza and the candy cane. And I'm doing like a crazy wacky accessory pack. The shoes, there's a recolor of the shoes. If you know,
the shoes are a really nice touch. And you know, obviously on brand for you guys. But I've not seen the other thing that you're talking about.
Yeah. Double checks. I think I sent it. Maybe I didn't send it to you. I don't know, but I'll have to send it to you. But yeah, those are just some of the things that I've had to scramble to do myself and get going. So when Denver comes out, the whole point of this whole fucking thing, Denver is going to be more prepared. He's going to be more thought will go into it. It'll be ready to go ahead of time. And we're going to try to get him on Kickstarter by the end of year. And going. So, because I want to get Chuck almost to the finish line in production before we go to the next venture. But there's things Sebastian doesn't know that we've got, which is really, really cool. So I'm really excited for him.
That's awesome.
I'm going to tee him up. Sebastian, what did you send me a picture of last night? And I was like, you're going to be working on that. The VHS.
You want me to say it?
Yeah.
Oh, The Land Before Time?
Yeah. So
what?
Yeah.
Wait, Land Before Time figures?
I don't know figures yet, but he's gonna be working on some Land Before Time stuff. I know we're gonna be doing sneakerheads.
I'm gonna be the dinosaur guy at some point.
Yeah.
Funny.
Well, funny enough, we actually have Extreme Dinosaurs, and I wrote out the action figures out of the contract because I didn't want to do the figures, and someone else picked them up.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, you killed that. That was like we were here, and then you just brought it here now.
Oh,
No.
trust me, I saved you some time on that one because there might be more dinosaurs.
Was it too extreme? It was too extreme.
Too extreme.
Yeah.
Too extreme.
Dude, but hold on. But now everybody thinks that you're making Land Before Time figures.
We might. Like I said, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
So yeah, I took a break yesterday, and I went to Half Price Books, and I started just looking through the movies because I have this big tube TV in the office, and I wanted to pick up DVDs. And he had mentioned it when we were talking about work stuff. When I was asking him questions about working with him full time and all that, he started kind of mentioning some of the licenses. So I saw that box art, and that's one of the movies that when I was a kid, like I remember clearly watching those movies, and I'm pretty sure there was some kind of trauma coming from those movies, right? Like they were not
Land Before Time.
Yeah, they were
big time.
They were intense.
It's fucked up, like many of us.
Right. Yeah, including myself.
It's a brutal, yeah. But that's a great. Those would make great figures. I've said this before, but I think that I don't think you could do like the big dinos in scale. But if you had like a crop of like the little, just the little guys, I think. Because I think the only thing that they've done for those figures, because I think there's a licensing headache with it, or at least historically. Maybe that won't be the case, Gary, but like I think they had McDonald's or Burger King, one of them a long time ago, but that was really the only time they made figures of those.
Well, Sebastian doesn't just do dinosaurs.
Yeah.
By the way, he also does doggies.
Oh, good transition. But hold on, before we start talking about this, there were some other questions that Robot Reviews had in that thing. So let's just answer. There was something about Star Fox. Did you guys see the
Nintendo Direct?
Yeah, the new. I did. I don't know.
I saw it. I'm holding on. I'm not holding on. I'm holding on the Switch too because I want the OLED version. But
there's an OLED Switch.
They always make one at the end of the generation, but it's gonna be a couple of years, and there's some good games for it. But I did see like a headline. I didn't read too much into it. That apparently the creator of Star Fox was vibing with the design of the movie more than the game that they showcased.
Oh, okay.
Like the animated version. But it looks like a cool game. I don't know if it's like a full new game or if it's a remaster. I'm not really sure.
It's the 5th remake of Star Fox.
Remake. It's not a remaster. It's a remake. Okay.
Yeah. Star Fox 64. They're remaking it. However, there is another Star Fox that's in development that probably might use that Mario
that kind of model look.
Yeah. There's 2 in development, and we just saw one of them.
Got it. Okay. And then he's saying for me, which comp should make the. Which company should make the figures?
For Star Fox?
Yeah, for Star Fox. It'll probably be Jax or something.
It'll be Jax.
Yeah.
I would love, just for the joke, to see like Hot Toys make 1/6 scale, like feathered ones and shit.
Oh yeah.
Nightmare.
But they don't really fuck with that kind of stuff. $4.99. Dino Riders is another one.
It's Dino. So there's a couple that I'm pursuing. I want to try to somehow get Dino Riders. I've definitely looked at Cadillacs and dinosaurs, and really those are the other 2 big dinosaur ones that I would like to do. The one with like Dino Riders is that stuff was so awesome and intricate back in the 90s. Like there's so many little pieces and all that fun stuff. I don't know how I would like modernize that without just redropping the stuff, without just like redoing it in that same form, just with updated paint.
Right.
It's just, I'd want to do something very special. So it's a tough one.
Anything you do, Gary, is special.
Because I'm a special boy.
Yeah, you're a special boy.
Just like
look how special this is right here.
So good.
Sebastian, are you feeling tense because we're about to like really like get into this now?
No, I'm not tense at all. Maybe a little bit, maybe a lot.
It's proof that you're not just words.
No, it's just funny because, like, now that I'm a professional podcaster, we have 14 episodes under our belt. Check out Blurred Alert whenever you get a chance.
Oh, you know what?
But,
Sebastian, you should have introed with that plug, dude.
Yeah, I'm not very good at plugging, but anyways,
Gary is.
I just like that. I just like that you guys have you guys have really clean segues, and then you stop them, which I think is a nice thing in this podcast. Or is this a podcast? What do you call it? Stream?
A fuck fest.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
this is a fuck. Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
I mentioned to when I was talking to Hatter yesterday about the amount of dudes that will be in this stream. I'm like, 4 dudes is a lot of dudes, but he seemed to disagree. So we'll see. Anyways, what were you asking?
This is a perfect amount. What are you talking about?
You think? Okay.
Just 4 dudes looking at 3 dudes right now.
That's right.
What was your question, Jonathan?
Some dudes looking at dudes. There you go. So Sebastian, what there's a story behind this. You very similar to Alex Brewer. Mm-hmm. I would love for you to expound on how you came to be, because you also, I think you know what I mean when I say similar to Alex Brewer. You kind of like put your stuff out there. I'm just kind of just laying out the context, and then I'd love for you to kind of get into it. And now we're here, and on the Mondo site, you did these beautiful figures that I will buy. So what is the genesis of you hooking up with these guys?
Yeah, and the cool thing is that Alex also got to play in this sandbox. He got to work on these guys after I delivered them. So yeah, basically it was a while ago, dude. I delivered December 2024, January 2025, somewhere around there.
Damn.
It was my second son wasn't even born yet. Like, my wife was still pregnant during this time.
So you delivered and then she delivered.
Oh,
right.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think her delivery was harder. And
no, don't.
Yeah, come on, you're just being nice.
I think this is just as hard. Okay,
but anyways,
can we all agree, guys, that like female labor is not that big a deal?
Yeah, you can quote this. It's just, if not as hard as sculpting 3 figures.
Yes,
you can quote this. But so it was the Goofy. There's a couple of movies that really stick with me. The Goofy movie's always been one of them since I was little. I remember that scene where Max goes from the house towards the school, and the momentum just builds. Like, he gets faster. All the characters around him. First of all, they're all side characters, but they're all amazingly designed. Like, there's not one character in that movie that hasn't been thought of when it comes to design. But yeah, just the whole scene with the music and everything, it always gives me goosebumps, and it still does. Like, a couple of days ago, I dropped a reel, which was me just watching the movie in my office, and I recorded it. This was actually before I knew that the Goofy was gonna be teased, before that Hide That Soup picture. But so back in December, back in 2024, mid 2024, I was watching the movie with my son, and I started thinking about things that hadn't been made yet, like action figures that I would like to be made. So I decided to take on Bobby, who's the character that helps Max with the whole Powerline act. And at that time I was really heavy into collecting Super 7 Ultimates. So I figured, okay, let me make him look, the pack out will be similar, like accessories, the render will be a similar style. And this was a couple of months after Alex had shown his real Ghostbusters. So that was in the zeitgeist, that was kind of happening. So I made this sculpt fairly quickly, and I also referenced the renders that he made with a white background and kind of the lighting to try and match it. So one day I drove to my corporate gig and I got there. It was like a Tuesday morning and I posted it, and then it did pretty well. And that was my first post on that account. Like I had just made that account.
Oh wow.
And it started doing well. And then somebody sent me, I don't remember who it was, but somebody sent me a message and they shared it with Toy Shiz and he shared it. And I still talk to him now that like every time Toy Shiz posts something, the percentage of that, it goes tenfold, like the reach, so it started doing really well. And then basically I don't know if I knew Peter at the time. I think I knew of Peter.
By the way, shout out to Toy Shiz. He's
sure. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of shout outs here. Peter, Attack Peter from Mondo. I sent it to him, and it was just a quick message like, hey dude, if you ever work on this, like maybe you would like these or something along those lines. And then he hit me back up and he's like, hey, have you shown these to Hector? And I said, no. Should I? He said yes. And then we had a meeting maybe a couple of days later. I have a picture. When we finished the meeting, I asked them if I could screenshot the screen after our meeting, and I showed it to Quip and Brandon, and you can tell that my face was just like super nervous, and they were like, they were like very excited. But so that's kind of how I started, and then I got moving right away on it. It took me a couple of months to deliver it. I delivered. Brandon picked it up right after I delivered, and I knew of Brandon at the time. I knew he was solid. So basically, was it you? Okay, cool, maybe. But and I knew right away. Like I knew
by the way.
100%. And I knew as soon as Brandon picked it up, I knew that this toy was gonna get made, because I was just like, all right, there's a lot of things that I didn't know that I don't know still, like the connection points and all that stuff. And I knew that if Brandon took it, it would make it to the factory and it would get made. So I just wrote a message like, I'm really excited you're working on this. And then it went radio silent for a minute, and it took a while, obviously. And then and then it was New York Comic Con. I saw Toy Shiz actually post the conference pictures, and they showed this set, and it was different than there was similarities, but there was different stuff than what I had already delivered. And that's when I found out that Alex had made some new pieces. They had moved some stuff off of it because they changed kind of the narrative of the set. And so there are some pieces here that I recognize are from my original. There's stuff that Alex did from zero, like he just created those pieces. There's a couple of portraits that he made, and then he also gave he gave more dynamism to some of the poses. Like Goofy, he made him, he gave him like the posing and all of that. So yeah, he touched a lot of people, a lot of really talented people. And it made the set better, I think. And just I know Alex has been brought up in my story because I honestly bring him up because he was an inspiration in me just kind of going for it and seeing what would happen. And the fact that we're not working together per se, but we have our names are in the same box. It's kind of a cool thing. But
also just, you can admit that part of you was like, fuck that guy when you saw like he did some changes, right? Like, I mean, it's just between Alex will watch this, but like just between all of us, you probably you were
hold on, wait,
just between all of us and how many people are watching?
Yeah, chat, plug your ears.
Yeah, ear muff it. No, but so I did talk to my wife about it when I noticed it, because as artists, there is some you do hold on to like these things, and it is sometimes hard moving on from certain things. But
I work with somebody like that.
Yeah. But so I guess the reason that how I rationalized it when it first happened was the narrative of the set changed, right? So it wasn't like, in my mind, I was like, oh, it wasn't that you didn't execute the way you needed to. They changed the narrative, so they needed different pieces. And that was the way that I moved forward. And obviously, speaking with Brandon now, there's plenty of artists that we know that work on so many amazing things, and a lot of them get completely cut. I mean, Brandon himself has seen a lot of his work. Thankfully, he produces so much that there's plenty out there, but he's seen a lot of stuff getting canceled that will never see the light of
Oh
day.
yeah.
Super
And
Seven Simpsons.
the
Well,
fact that
I will say that I think why I'm like happy for you though is that because this is a Mondo figure, you're not you have actually a pretty great story and a pretty great like. Is this your first like professional thing that's like coming out like that's like on the market?
Yeah, so
okay.
I've been a 3D artist for since college, but I was mostly focused on hard surface modeling, which is vehicles and environment. So I've done I have a website that's my full name 3d.com, and you can see I've done work with, not with Disney directly, but I've done work with agencies that worked with Disney. So I did work for the theme parks. I did character work, but it was never for movies or anything. It was just for print. So they will make really big banners for Disneyland Paris, Disneyland, regular Disneyland. We worked on when the pier got turned into the Pixar pier, the whole rebrand or whatever. We worked on making renders of that for commercials. So I've done stuff that I consider big because I love Disney. I mean, I have a tattoo of Walt and Mickey there. But anyways, yeah.
No, I also said that to say, this is like, in terms of like, let's say the toy industry, you don't have one of the horror stories that you start with where it's just like I worked on this, like this will come out, and this will come out really good. Let's face it, it's a Mondo piece, so it's
no, I mean, it was definitely a pinch yourself moment. I mean, I remember every step of the way I've mentioned it. When I got that message from Peter alluding to maybe there will be, he wrote "Let's talk," and I ran upstairs and I started jumping with my wife was in a call. I'm like, I need to tell you something. So I'm very grateful that my first, like you mentioned, my first toy gig was Mondo, which is crazy to say, and I'm still talking to those guys. And I'm very grateful, and
by the way, you're because of their own culture, you're associated with the gig. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that work on stuff and they never, you don't know, like you worked on that Super 7 figure. Right. I had no idea. You know what I mean? So like, I think that right out the gate, you have the, and again, like, and I say this also because there's a lot of artists that watch this, but it's like, you are a story where you posted your stuff online. You kind of like got it out there. You're like, let me show people what I can do. That got caught by the right people, justifiably so. You had a good push. You had a good sort of underswell of people like Toy Farce and Toy Shiz and me and John, and they were like, hey, look at this kid. We think that he's doing some good shit. And then it gets to like Mondo, you get a gig, and now you are, I mean, you're getting your flowers in a big way. Like, people are associating this with you. You're not like behind the scenes, like, oh yeah, I created this.
What a solid company to be working with, so that people know who you are. Versus if you did Super 7, no one would have a fucking
nobody would know.
Thank God we offered him a job before this happened. Man, his premium would have went through the roof.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I think
that Mondo
tax. I think I think it came at the right time for me, like at the right age, because I remember if this came when I was younger, I probably would have second guessed myself. And at this point in my life, I just kind of I've been through enough stuff that I just kind of say like, hey, I'm gonna take a shot at it. And I just kind of went for it. And the fact that it felt working for Mondo felt big, but the story itself didn't feel as big. Like, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna keep doing what I did those couple of weeks where I posted. And I remember I posted Bobby, and then I wanted to keep the momentum, so I posted Powerline right after, and that also sealed the deal. So I feel like it's been, obviously I've been very lucky to be put in positions where I'm able to produce, but it's been a mix of like opportunity, putting this stuff out there at the right time. I mean, even when we had the meeting, Hector, as soon as we talked, he mentioned like, "Hey, you posted this thing. We got the Goofy license like a month ago, and we were starting to look for artists, and you sent us that post." So that is as cosmic as it comes, right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know any of that, and a lot of stuff coming down, a lot of the work that I've done coming out at some point in the future, it's very much like that. It's very much like I mentioned, opportunity meets hard work and all that. But yeah, dude, working with Brandon and Alex, I mean, I remember getting notes from both of those guys, and just the way that they're, which I hope to get to at some point, the way that they can separate the art and the technical part, so they can flow between those two sides of their brain, like the right and the left. So the notes, they do like paint overs with red ink or whatever, and they're like, okay, this is looking pretty good, but like give it weight, give it make it more dynamic and this stuff. Because working digital, which is something that I learned with Gary, working digital is one thing, but printing it and make it physical is another thing. So even with Denver, like I had to move his legs and the tail and all of that in order for him to be able to stand, because he's a heavy dude on the bottom.
Right.
But anyways, and
like
then
I also, it's figures like this are deceptively hard, because when you have animated, sometimes people think, oh, it's animated, it's less detail and it's less, but a lot of times it's harder because it's so simple. You're working in a, you think of like The Simpsons. The Simpsons, when you watch the animation, they look very different from different angles.
Yeah.
So when you do something like this, it's I know, just talking to other sculptors, I'm not a sculptor, but like talking to sculptors, it's the frustration sometimes of a character looking perfect from one side, but you have to change it or amend it because you have to have it look somewhat on model from all the different sides. So like it's not easy to do. These are like, again, like sometimes these simple ones, I say simple, you know what I mean, animated versus like, let's say a live action character or a hot toy, it's just as difficult, sometimes more.
Yeah, they're not simple, but they're not as detailed when it comes to like, and there isn't, and I think Hector was mentioning this in the last Toy Talk with Rocco, where you have nowhere to hide where it comes with these figures, because obviously the surfacing has to be there, but the proportions and all that stuff, and I've gotten pretty good at it at this point. And I think one story that's kind of funny, I guess, but when I went to school, they would make us separate into two I guess roads. One was character work for video games or vehicle and props. I wanted to get into character stuff because that was like the cool thing to do, And my first sculpt was a Goofy portrait. And the teacher said like, hey, like I see some stuff here, but like you're not really there, so maybe you should try the other stuff, like the vehicles and things like that. So I ended up killing that. I did
what a teacher.
I did like a truck and a motorcycle, and they ended up well. And then obviously it took me in that direction for a while. Like I mentioned, I did vehicles and all that. But it's funny that you mentioned my first gig professionally in the toy ends up being Goofy, and ends up being the movie that I like. I really love this movie. We have shirts like the license plate on our van is Powerline, so we're all nerds for this stuff. But
dude, how excited were you when they're like, you have the gig, like you, like when, because like you said, like you love this movie, you've been doing it. By the way, what's this? And this is, I say this also to other artists watching. Overnight success is really bullshit. Like any overnight success story is typically 10 to 15, maybe 20 years before that of somebody grinding with nothing. It's like, like, and then it's like, oh, look, you came out of nowhere. But I mean, you must have been pretty fucking This is, and again, this is, I want to hammer this in because we have artists that watch this. I have a lot of artists that hit me up, and I feel like at this point sometimes I play point guard because like I try to, like many artists, we okay, here, do some Flipboard stuff or whatever. That's how I met the Ryan, rest in peace, that did our just like an artist that's just like, is this good? And I'm like, this is good. You need some work, but like, so like, you must have been like, I mean, you must have been over the moon. This is if Goofy's your favorite fucking thing, this is like this is, it must have been crazy for you when
it's
you heard
definitely
that.
one of those like, am I peaking too early type of thing. But but I've been very I am working, and I have worked on a lot of cool stuff, and a lot of stuff that I'm really passionate about. I don't think there's been, in the toy work so far, there hasn't been a gig that I haven't been interested in.
Right.
And thankfully, like, people have reached out a lot this year for work, and I've been able to manage it. At some point, I think I mentioned to you, Hatter, that I'm gonna have to start saying no, which is difficult because I'm not used to that. I've had 2 jobs for like the past 10 years. Like, I have my 9 to 5, which is 3D stuff, but it's a little bit more on the corporate side. And I've been doing extra work for, like I mentioned, like almost a decade. My wife doesn't love it, but I always tell her, like, I love the people that I work with on my regular gig. They're very supportive and all that, but I need a more creative way to showcase these things. And whether it's paid work or fan art, like even now I'm finishing up some contracts and I'm picking up some other stuff. I'm going back to Gary to work on things, but I'm still itching to like come up with like, okay, I want to do something fan art, something personal. It's that constant drive, which is not always good. I mean, like, even this week I have really bad neck pain, and I had never gotten that before. And I realized like a couple of days ago that I need to find a way to slow down. And Bull Airs was actually, that's not my way of slowing down, but it's a way of getting my creative energy out during the daytime, right? So now this is now I can really flex those muscles during the day, and if I feel like I have enough energy outside of that, then I can choose to do that. But it's not something that I'm just kind of waiting for bedtime and bath time, and after that, okay, hang out with the wife for half an hour, and then get back to work.
Right. A lot of times when you're an artist, you're juggling your day job plus your family plus the stuff that you do on the side, and you're not, when you were doing like the Bobby was, speaking of $2 USD from Casper, cheddar was wow. I can't do a good Pauly, but
not many people can.
Yeah, but part of like I am an artist trying to break in, and it's not necessarily fair, but it is what it is you're doing a lot of free shit on your spare time, and you're sort of like putting it out into the universe and just trying to so it's cool. I love stories like this where it's just like, you don't know who I am, but here's the stuff that I can do, here's the stuff that I've been working on, and then it gets to the right person, and then that person goes, oh, this person has talent and this and that, and like, and Peter is, John's really good at this. I think I'm decent at it. Peter's really good at it, is like spotting people. Gary's good at it. Like, that might be like, hey, you don't know this person, but they're really good. They're real, there's something there. There's something, there's something, versus like everybody knows like an artist and everybody.
Well,
but the problem is when I do it, I usually send you a link to my own stuff.
This is true. That's but
it's worked so far because you've been really nice about it.
Hey, what do you think about this artist, John? This is you. It's like,
yeah.
I remember Peter showed up on a stream with Kevin toying around, and the chat asked a couple questions, and one of them was either do a lot of people reach out to you to see if they can work with you, or maybe should people reach out to you to see if they can work with you? And Peter answered it in a way that he said, basically, like, he's open, obviously, to he gets a lot of messages from people, and he's open listening to all these things. But a lot of the messages that he gets are maybe artists that are not ready in his eyes, and he'll try to provide feedback on what specifically is the thing that they need to work on or whatever. And I guess thankfully when I reached out, it was the right thing at the right time, and it looked good enough that it could live in somebody's shelf with the Mondo label on it. But
yeah, I mean,
reason,
the people will tell you,
right?
It's I said this before I did the Kickstarter. We were all kind of nervous about how the Kickstarter would work, and I was just saying this because this is my only experience. As like at the end of the day, it's gladiator rules, meaning like the crowd will tell you whether you live or die. You put
Yep.
and it doesn't mean that if they tell you if they give you the thumbs down that you don't come back. But you know, at the end of the day, people's time, people's investment, people's money, it's brutal. But you know, you should be tough as an artist. I think artists in general, sometimes they're sensitive, you know, but you really can't be. You have to really just keep on putting it. You got to take your lumps sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's like the crowd will tell you if you live or, and that goes with if you start a channel and that. But even if they tell you suck, which that's, you know, I've sucked for 5 years, you know what I mean? It's okay. You know, you just keep on putting your shit out there. So I think it's just a good lesson, you know, because again, we have a lot of people that are artists and artist wannabes. And I say that I don't say that as a,
like they want to be artists. They're not
they
wannabes.
want to be artists.
Yeah.
Exactly. I should have used a better, it sounds like a pejorative, but like, yeah, like, so what happened?
Out here shitting on people.
You
want to be artists.
If you want to be an artist, which I mean, Sebastian, you're like a millionaire now. Like, see, you went from, you know, like with no money to like now you're rich. So like, you know, you gotta put it out there. No, and you know, don't be afraid to get feedback. You know,
I agree, and that's the reason why I brought that up, because put it out there, just not. Hopefully it's work that you feel it's as complete as it can be. Obviously, art, you always want to keep tweaking it, but put your best out there. And like you mentioned, the community, if you're able to build a community, they will push that stuff. I mean, even this last post by Mondo, like I like sharing. People have shared it a lot of times, and that's that's not me pushing it. And I do want to be transparent. I want this set, I have mentioned it to Nier and a couple of people, I want this set to sell out as quickly as it can. Not because of my ego. I just want to put the message out there that people love this movie. And obviously I don't want people to, if it sells out, some people might not get it, but hopefully all of the people that want it are able to get it. I know I'm probably going to pick up a couple because I need one to open. I need one to keep in box. I need one to give to my mom. So I'll pick up a couple of those. But
that's awesome.
But yeah, dude, it's been a ride for sure. And getting to meet people, like when I met Gary for the first time a couple of years ago, maybe like, I don't know, the PowerCon that was in Columbus, was that 4 years ago now?
3 or 4 years ago. It's whenever the freaking last time Premium DNA shipped an item.
Right. before Premium DNA. But
like 10 years ago.
I met Gary without knowing Gary was a big deal. Like he was just a dude that was standing next to me, and I started talking to him about stuff. I knew nothing about bull layers. Actually I did, because I asked him a question about it. But I didn't know
I had just started, I think.
With bull layers, but you still had the you still had the group and all that stuff, right?
Oh,
the
turtle
TMNT.
stuff. Yeah.
So I talked to him about, I don't know, regular stuff. And then, but that the reason I bring this up is because that PowerCon was a couple of months after I had gotten laid off from my gig.
I do remember you mentioning that.
So I was kind of directionless for a minute. I didn't go to PowerCon to get a job. I went there because I like toys and I like talking toys with people. I normally don't get to do that in my day-to-day life. And so I talked to a lot of people, indie companies, bigger companies, and there was one dude that I talked to him for about 5 minutes. And he looked at me and he said, "Dude, I don't know what your deal is. I don't know. I don't know if you, I don't know what kind of work you're looking to get, but I know that the job that you're gonna get, you're gonna do really well because I can tell by the way you speak that you're passionate about what you're trying to do." And so yeah, the fact that like I was without a direction at that point, and I got to meet Gary, I got to meet the Mondo guys for a little bit because they're super busy. And now I'm working with Gary, and I've worked with the Mondo guys, and it's been a couple of years. So like again, it feels like overnight, even to me. Um, but it's been a combination of like putting yourself out there, being nice to people. Like obviously, never be a dick. Like I've been to many. I was trying to break into the video game industry before I did this, and I had many conversations with a lot of higher ups that I knew. I knew their pedigree; they didn't know mine, and we had great conversations. Half an hour here and there, you can feel it's going well, and then they would ask what I would do, like what I do for work, and I would mention like, hey, yeah, I'm not in the industry, but I do things for other companies. And as soon as that happened, like the conversation would just go nowhere, and they would just kind of find somebody else or whatever. And I'm sure there is that in this industry, but I haven't experienced it yet. And thankfully, I have the fan art that I put in my profile. That whenever I do reach out to people, which I do a lot, like I do a lot of like cold DMing in a nice way, I hope they get intrigued enough that they can just look at my work and be like, okay, I'll give this guy like a little bit of time. And that's what happened with you, Hatter. I mean, I kind of showed you my Monster stuff. There was even that stream that you were doing when you started singing the theme song, and I wrote a comment saying this is the time, and you caught it, and you started talking about the Monsters on stream.
I remember that. Yes, because I was a big fan of like your Space Jam. Look up Sebastian Gomez's Space Jam stuff. The Bugs, the Lola, the Monster. That's still like that stuff should be figures like now. Like it's that good where I was just like, these like should be like but like these versions, not I don't want like a different thing. I like those like I still hold out hope that like again, I don't know if Space Jam is like some stupid rights situation. Maybe Mondo will crack that. I don't know. But like
it's in the dude, it's the 30-year thing is going strong. It's everywhere, man.
Yeah, for them to not capitalize on toys with that is
I know, because I'm taking my kid to watch Space Jam at the movie theater, and I never saw Space Jam at the movie theater when I was a kid. I watched it in VHS or whatever. Yeah, I remember Jonathan, because you guys were looking at the figures, and I remember Jonathan mentioning that Lola had the foot arch like that, and he didn't remember if she was like that in the movie or not. And in the concept, she was.
That sounds like vintage John, by the way. But
well, if you look up character sheets for Lola, there was a lot there, dude. Like they concepted really hard, and they gave her all kinds of outfits. And there was one concept turnaround sheet that had her with the arch feet, and obviously that silhouette helps females get that nice line. Yeah, so I kept it, and my reasoning was if this ever made it into a figure. If people allow me to have that arch, I would just put like a little translucent plastic or something that would kind of hold her.
The invisible heels.
But I feel like I've been talking for a minute, but
but this is interesting stuff because I think like we don't get this perspective that often. You have a different perspective on this and like boots on the ground in terms of like sculptor and going from like. Let's face it, obscurity. I'm not saying that in an offensive way, but like obscurity to like, okay, now I have a Mondo, and it's not like a small property; it's a Disney property. It's not like it's not like I'm working on slumming it properties like like let's say Flipboard, and then you hit the big league. So I think it's just very good to know because you have a great story. And it's just if you're an artist as well, we have a lot of artists that watch, and I speak to a lot of artists, and so does John. And video games is a whole other.
I mean, you've been a part of it, yeah.
Yeah, I was a game my first job in LA was a game tester at Activision. And I did that as me trying to, I wanted a writing gig. I wanted it didn't really work. You know what I mean? I've talked about this. I had fucking Riot Games. I had 7 interviews at Riot Games, 7 fucking interviews. And I got to and I was like, I got this after 7 interviews. And I was like, what the fuck? It was like, but you know what? Fuck you, Riot Games, because the year after, I got a job from Sega.
Oh, dude.
To write Space Channel 5, and I did a Space Channel 5 movie script that I don't know if it's going to go anywhere. But if you have a choice to get called from Riot Games or Sega, if you grew up in the 90s, it's Sega. You know what I mean? But like, it's very hard. It's very, so it's just in every industry is, you know what I mean? Peter and Hector probably get a submission every day, or many submissions every day from.
The advantage for Peter is that he was a teacher for a long time, so that teacher mindset has like played so well for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like in other scenarios where you're just not trained for that, you can like reach a level of frustration, but he's always just so supportive, no matter who the person is or the situation, whatever. And it's like, man, how do you not like break at some point where you just feel overwhelmed with it? But
yeah, and he's
all the Miami drugs.
That it's his Miami drugs for sure. But he's also a guy that, like, if he's rejecting you, he doesn't, he'll probably give you some like feedback in terms of like why, and he's it's good to have people that are also artists on that side that are, just good about, giving you critical feedback and not just like no,
right, and not just being like, well, I'm looking at this and I'm not seeing the money.
Right, exactly. Just some fucking asshole way of doing that.
And I want to
Brick something right here. Brick something, friend of the channel, also in the industry, as we say. I have to spotlight him because he said I'm wonderful. So that's the only reason why I did, is because Hatter's wonderful for a bunch of reasons.
So humble,
including subtle Paul Abdul pull. I did the exact same thing. I wish Brick listed the bunch of reasons, so I have to critique that. But yeah, follow Brick something as well, because he's like he's also, there's a lot of people that are in the industry that are always in our chats and in our DMs. So like, I just have to stamp this. If you're an artist and you want to like get out there, and these are real things that are happening to real people, and
and the biggest thing is like, I mean, you kind of hear it with a lot of stuff. Like, just start doing it is one thing. Start showing people that you do it.
Yeah.
Don't expect an immediate reaction from it, but put the work in and start showing the work. There's a lot of people that just don't have any proof of that. I mean, 2 years ago, I was like, oh, I'd really love to hire an editor to edit videos, because I'm just like, it's fun, but it's like it takes up the most time. And the amount of people I got, it was nice that many people reached out. But if anybody did have some kind of visual reference, it was not even anything close to what I would need. So it's like, well, that doesn't really help me know what to expect. And then it was like, well, if you send me stuff, I'll put one together for you. And it's like, well, just put one together is what I'm thinking.
Right.
And having any kind of like, here's what I can do, is very, very helpful.
I think also being proactive when it comes to deliveries, and try to show that you're not just there for the money, because thankfully I have a 9-to-5, and I do well on that. So these jobs that I pick up are passion projects that happen to come with money attached to them. But for example, like with Gary, with Denver, like Gary told me like, hey, this delivery, we're trying to do Toy Fair. Is that crazy? I think it was like 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, it was absolute dog shit. Yeah.
So that weekend I sent some renders, and the cool part is that Hatter actually gave notes on those, which I didn't know he was going to be involved creatively, but it was really cool to see. And then I made those tweaks. And then I started printing prototypes, which is something that I normally wouldn't do. but I got invested, and I really wanted to kind of figure this out, because I know that Gary wanted it to be on a shelf. So even that, I mean, I remember going to UPS like 2 days before Toy Fair and being like, "Hey, dude, this is how much it costs for 3 days. This is how much it costs for overnight." And Gary's like, "Just overnight it," and it was a lot of money. And I was like, "Okay, cool." And he sent me the money right away.
Yeah, I paid it. I paid him.
No, you send everything right away, dude. Working with you has been nothing but support all the way through. So if I hadn't sent that before, I'm saying it now. But
I think Gary, I think, is also, I just, Gary's sitting there in silence like Dracula, but like we want to also mention that, like, Gary, you kind of have that Bram Stoker's in the beginning of Bram Stoker's Dracula. You also have that look. Do you remember when he had the red armor? When he stabs the cross and the cross starts bleeding, and he's like, I'll come back after I die. Did nobody see Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Dude, I don't remember like, I'm one of those guys. It's funny that I work for a pop culture company. I don't know shit. Like,
my God, Gary, I have the best shoe. I have the best shoe for you. I promise you. It's not just Bram Stoker's Dracula. I think chat co-signed me, because this is going to be a good idea. In the beginning of Bram Stoker's Dracula, he's wearing that red armor, the red armor with all the line work on it and this and that. It's very, very specific red armor. That would be great as a shoe, like and you don't have to. You can kind of dance around, because like you can't copyright red armor. Everybody who's seen this movie knows what I'm talking about. You make like your Bram Stoker's Dracula red armor shoe. Anyway, this is not my point that I was making, but you do look like him in the beginning of Dracula, and you need to get those glasses that are like this. I have a pair. I can give it to you in Vegas.
We're gonna call those shoes, though, to skirt any issues. We'll call them Sam's Broker.
Ooh, yes, Sam's Broker. Yeah, I like that. Or Sharp Teeth.
I don't know if we can get away with that anymore. Especially when we have the Universal Monsters license.
So Gary, you're also like an artist yourself, and you probably also play point guard. I have to assume that Bull Airs is pretty insular when it comes to Toy Farce knows I'm talking. The red armor, dude. I'm telling you, look up after this, Gary. Look up red armor Bram Stoker's Dracula. You're gonna get inspiration. Like, of course, this should be a fucking shoe.
Is it similar to the Shredder armor that you can't see on my shelf? Remember the Shredder Dracula?
It has elements of that, but red. It's that distinct red with that line, with the line work. Because
just Google it, guys. Jeez, just Google it, everyone.
Yeah,
it's right there in front of you on the internet.
Or the host can Google it and share it with
it's made to look like muscle tissue. That's why it's so freaky, that armor. It looks like muscle tissue. Anyway, the point I was trying to make is, I'm assuming that Bull Airs is pretty insular when it comes to the creative stuff you make. But do you guys also get hit up by artists like, we want to join in, or this and that, or what's like? I have to assume it's like just a smaller think tank of guys that do that shit at your neck of the woods.
No, I mean, all the time, constantly. And we're going to be 100% good with it, with the way that these action figures are coming out with like credits and stuff like that, because it's like a big deal for me. But with like the shoes, like a lot of people don't know that a lot of our shoes aren't all designed by Tom. So like Tom designs the grand majority of them, but Nick Cowan, he works for Disney now, but he used to work for Loungefly. He was also in Surf Ninjas. So like he is an artist, and he's done like last year he did the entire like May 4th collection for the most part.
Dude, those May 4th shoes, by the way, are fucking.
Those were this year was all Tom, but yeah. They're no longer on the site though, just so you know.
Today, what happened?
The May 4th we close it at midnight.
No, I know. But they're fantastic.
But like our Jaws shoes coming up. The Buddy Christ that's on the screen right now, like Nick designed those.
That's awesome.
So like
Buddy Christ.
So what's really funny is he did our Jaws shoes, and like I said, he used to work at Loungefly. The Jaws shoes exist. We brought our buddy brought him to the meeting with Universal, and it's like, we like these, but they look too much like a Loungefly style shoe. We want something more Bull Airs-esque, which we were like, that's the coolest feedback ever. And it's funny because the person that designed it used to work at Loungefly. So we've redesigned that shoe. But yeah, a lot of these are with people like that. There's a guy named his name is Morrow. He goes by Coffin Couture. Morrow would hit us up, did a whole bunch of just freelance work for the Universal Monster stuff. Like did it, I mean, like a whole PowerPoint, dude. Like he just did the work, sent it to us, and we're like, this is awesome. And then we sat on it, and then we got the Universal meetings, and then we showed him the Universal. And he already works with Universal. Everything just kind of fell into place, you know? Wow. So like people do send us stuff, and you know, very rarely will we work with them, but like we talk to them, we entertain it. We're not snooty. We love when stuff gets sent to us. The hardest part about it though is like, I mean, a lot of people have seen it where we had to set a rule in our group. People just send us AI shit all the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure. I'm going to openly talk shit about the original artist for Transformers, like for boxes. I forgot his name, but he used to do all the art on the boxes and stuff. He hit me up at a ZoloCon, and he had all these printouts of these Transformer shoes he wanted us to do, and the soles were the most ridiculous, complex things, and that's where all the money goes in, is the soles. Like you have to, they're all molds, so they'll have to be molded every single time. And it was just all AI. It'd be cool if we did this and we did do this, and it's like, you know, straight up, it's about $25,000 in mold costs. We'll probably sell $5,000 in shoes. Like that's not for that one mold. Like it's not gonna work. So we get that a lot. We get a lot of AI submissions that people send us. So it's unfortunate.
But you're also expanding into obviously toys. And so that's going to be like a new world as well. So, and you're very well versed in the toy industry. So, but you know, like, you know, you obviously, you got Sebastian on board, and you know, like, there's a lot of I'm sure there's a lot of shit that lands in your inbox in terms of like artists and stuff like that. But I just wanted to also mention, it's just good to, you know, like if you think you have something, reach out and put your stuff out there. You know, you can get
AI.
Yeah, yes, especially with that. I do want to mention that a few things. Yeah, Tony Toponi's. By the way, I love this name, Red Impalers. If that shoe got made, it definitely has to be called Red Impalers. And then Mother Slug saying the armor is based off a dragon. A copy of that armor is at Vegas Hard Rock. I gotta take a look at it.
I'll be in Vegas. Well, I'll go take some photos of it for reference. For reference only.
Yes. By the way, Gary, you're missing out on. I'm telling you, those shoes would be like, people would be like, oh my god, you don't understand the fan base that this movie has and that armor has. I'm just letting you know. I know Gary's like tuning me out, like, yeah, cool.
I've been listening this whole time. I was gonna make a comment that chat slowed down significantly because everybody was listening to Sebastian's story. That means they're engaged. Also, Super Quad says Mark Watts. That's the guy, the G1 Transformer guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
these are awesome too. By the way, those Pee-wee shoes are
Pee-wee just announced. Yeah. Yep, we got a whole collection. They let us into the warehouse where all the stuff is done. They're letting us recreate original stuff from the originally JCPenney's collection.
Whoa. And
do a whole ton of stuff. Like those exist. Mine are downstairs. I've been rocking them. They're just super, super fun. That's like the third or fourth iteration of them. And as Sebastian was saying, like everything takes a little bit of work. My sample that came in, the textile's got that really awesome like texture to it. That's the real colors of his jacket. Most people think it's just straight gray, which is what our original sample was, but like it's that actual texture. And the one that we got, the textures are all going different ways, and it like almost looks like a magic eye optical illusion, and it's so stupid. So that is an edited photo of the shoe because they were going all different ways.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. People are going to lose their minds when they see it.
I feel like he would love these shoes.
Paul did have a pair. We did make a pair for him that are in the office, our sample pair, but we made a pair for Paul before he had passed. We have your pal Pee-wee. He signed and sent it to us. There's Tom.
Okay.
So yeah, he was very aware, but the Pee-wee thing was amazing. Short story. Hopefully my internet doesn't cut out and then you all make fun of me again and clip it.
John, we should remake. We should remake that moment. Like that was such a great clip. I wonder if we could like You know how people like
It has
remake
to be
movies?
natural, man. It has to be
No.
natural.
Yeah.
But you know how like people like maybe there's something you feel like you could have done different, and we just like in a very lame way remake the moment, and then that goes viral. We have 2 viral things, John.
So while Sebastian was talking about meeting me at PowerCon, that's the same PowerCon where I started talking to Dan about working at Microsoft Secret Galaxy, and I was I was gonna interrupt and start talking about it. Oh, the story about how I used to work with Dan and all that. Then I was gonna close my browser like I actually got booted again to like as a joke, but then I just let it go and let Sebastian talk. But anyway,
it's gotta be my favorite clip, by the way. It's so funny. I laugh every fucking time.
It's
at John's
comedic timing from Jonathan too. No, so we're friends with David Arquette, and he owns the Bozo license, and we have the Bozo license. So David Arquette was really good friends with Paul and Cassandra, who's Elvira. So he shoot us into the Pee-wee estate with Cassandra.
Yeah,
awesome. I like that.
So I'll do the SWAT Cats. Big news coming.
Yeah,
soon,
these are great too, man. SWAT Cats are coming out big now. Like they got a wildly successful Kickstarter. Their Kickstarter,
it was crazy.
It was crazy, dude.
Yeah, this drop.
If people don't know, they did a Kickstarter for the comic or the graphic novel or a SWAT Cat. It made insane like money.
Did it make multiple millions?
I know
at least $1 million.
It made 1 million.
I think it did break 1 million, 100%.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, like with this, like we did the SWAT Cats drop, right? And I know the number this should have done of like, money wise. It did that like 6 times. Like,
yeah, these are great.
Yeah, like this SWAT Cats drop was huge, and the Tremblays, who I work with directly, the creators owned their fucking license, which is amazing.
That's
it's like
awesome.
There's no red tape. There's no, you just send it to them. Hey, do you like this? They're like, this is amazing, and you're approved. Today's the last day to order these, by the way. Like this is actually the final day for the whole collection of SWAT Cats. But they've been amazing to work with. There is more on the way from us with those, but I've totally lost my train of thought about. We're talking about the whole Pee-wee things. Yeah, so David got us shoehorned with Pee-wee and Elvira, and they've just been loving everything we do. And David's just been a great support for all that stuff. And I don't even remember how we got hooked up with him. I think we just reached out to him. Like, hey, you want the Bozo license? Just like,
dude,
DM.
and
he seems like a dude that likes a lot of pop culture stuff. So I think it's a good fit.
Yeah, he leaked the Pee-wee shoe, and then Netflix saw it and flipped out on us. It was awful. It was craziest fire to put out last week.
Oh god.
One of the coolest things is also I've met a lot of the team from Bull Airs, and Ryan, who is the co-owner, right?
Yeah, co-owner and COO.
Right. I had talked to him sparingly here and there through Instagram, and I know Gary, while I was working with Denver, he mentioned that Ryan was pleased with the progress. But when I went to Toylanta, I don't know, a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago now, I hung out with a buddy. His name is Brandon, not Gash, and he's the one that did the 9 to 5 Warriors. So I worked with him at his booth, and it just happened to be right across Bull Airs. So we were basically looking at each other the whole time. So I was able to speak with Ryan during the weekend a good amount, and we just chatted about all kinds of stuff. And I feel like that was a great thing because I got to experience, like, I've experienced Bull Airs through the eyes of a consumer, through the eyes of watching Gary stream, also seeing Tom and Ryan put up that booth. That's not easy to do. Like, they were doing that stuff for hours, and I realized
they go hard with their booth.
Yeah, dude, and they do that often. And at some point, I asked Tom, I'm like, dude, do you guys do this all the time? He's like, yeah, but I guess they're trying to see if they can get a team that would set it up, or at least I think you mentioned it, Gary, having more people to be able to attend more cons. But anyways, Ryan's been great through this whole thing. Obviously, he's very good at what he does, just like all the people at Bull Airs. but he's also a beast when it comes to licensing. Like I remember even when we were talking the couple of weeks that we were talking about the job and all that, I feel like almost every week he would hit me up with a new license or a new potential licenser. And I know he's invested in some of the stuff that I've done in the past, like my own personal stuff, pursuing licenses for that. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. But I feel like they're trending the right way. They're doing the right things. And I mean, Gary, what was it? You guys are going like full license now. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean, we did do our May 4th stuff that was inspired by because we had already been planning that. That's Tom's Super Bowl. He loves that franchise, so we always do that. But it's genuinely to a point to where we have so many licenses. Like the Universal deal was 33 properties. Okay, that's a lot that we just got. So we got that. We just got Bloomhouse. We got like Walking Dead just signed.
Wow.
Megan, Five Nights at Freddy's. Like we got all this crazy stuff. So like we have it. And that's just some of it. There's no time for us to do inspired buys for the most part anymore, unless Tom's just sitting around and he just like draws something and it turns out pretty cool and it's like, cool, this is Captain Planet. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, which we've done in the past.
You're doing the real deal.
There's just too many eyes on us to where we're like, we don't want to get in trouble. Like someone did come after us like a couple weeks ago.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it was actually Pop Mart of all things for Labubu.
I know that's I let them know about your shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, John.
Funny, somebody did actually. I was
depressed a week.
Somebody is doing it on purpose, but regardless, we're just not. We just don't want to fuck with that anymore.
Yeah, you fuck with it hard enough so that you don't have to.
Yeah,
I can say that, like a lot of these people know Ramen Toys, and like now he's got an officially licensed kit from Knight Rider. Like,
yeah,
you fuck with it long enough to where like you kind of what is it about something with ropes? You can tie yourself up with ropes, right? In a kinky way.
That's an
analogy.
That's literally it. You just tie yourself up with ropes. That's it.
Analogy. By the way, that's how Hot Toys started that way too. Hot Toys was making unlicensed, like I think Matrix figures or Mission Impossible, like so. You know, like at some point.
Oh my god! I summoned him.
Yes, he's like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, and that is funny. Yeah.
By the way, shout out to that Knight Rider. That's gonna do really well.
Yeah,
it will. It looks incredible. Crazy. Super hyped on that. Gotta give that header bump. But you know, pretty much what happened is like a lot of what you learn is a lot of these licensors just like they play so safe. Like I made a joke about the Adidas earlier with like those turtle ones, and like everybody that I know calls them the Freddy Kruegers because the colors don't work.
Oh yeah, the green and red.
Yeah. And then there's the Pumas that were just like these mellows that they just recolored, and it's like cool. You put turtle colors on it, and like that's the kind of stuff that like
that's taking advantage of people that will buy it versus giving people what they deserve, kind of thing.
Yeah, and like there are different people in communities, like Near and Jonathan and Sebastian all know. Like you've got people like that will buy good action figures, and then you have people that only buy reaction. You know, and
what a burn.
You know, like
what a burn to the collector and the creator.
Reaction is. I actually like reaction figures. It's its own model. Like
say Marvel Legends.
They started putting them in blind boxes, so you don't know what the fuck you're getting.
Say there's people that buy good figures, and then there's McFarlane collectors.
Boom. Although Donnie, Batman Returns McFarlane.
Yeah,
they're doing something right finally.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How much was that?
Dude, don't even get me fucking started on that.
Oh,
it's like he finally does something mostly right, and it's $80.
Dude, no, sidetrack. Pre-ordered that bitch from McFarlane directly, 70 plus shipping, $85.
Yeah.
Walk into Target, $50.
Same thing. I bought mine for 50, and I pre-ordered one for 80. So I'm still trying to figure out.
What?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
And I messaged my friend who works at McFarlane, and I'm like, "What is this?" But I don't think he's grasping the concept of it since he's Canadian. So, because there's the price difference, you know, not because he's Canadian, because of the price difference.
No. Confirmed. Bullairs hates Canadians. So, all right, we are. It's at 7:42. I want to do an F yourself because I have to go to work, guys. I got a day job. Okay, John works for himself. Obviously, Sebastian's rich. Gary has a job.
Get paid to be here,
but let's do an F yourself. Gary, while he brings this up. What about an F yourself shoe? Like maybe like there's a little shelf on where the laces are, like something. Have you maybe thought of that? Maybe can you doctor that up?
So these are like the ideas that we get in our DMs that we end up in.
Hold on, we'll generate an AI image, and that way you can visualize it.
Yes, Sebastian, I think you could cook up like a nice F yourself shoe. Like you're creative. Like what would
could
you?
Could you F my shelf right now? It's back there.
John, have we ever done that? Like F a guest shelf?
Ooh,
I'm already gonna talk shit. Look at all those straight-legged poses. Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. All my stuff is museum. And I remember you guys had Dan Larson, and he didn't like stands. He had a stance against stands. But like I'm not putting my Mondo figures standing them without a stand. If they fall, they're breaking. So like I still have stands on them just because I'm
like, man.
So you're saying that you basically just said fuck Dan Larson, Sebastian.
That's what I heard.
Larson.
I'm texting Dan right now.
Yeah, we'll let Dan know that. But
we had an episode with Blurred Alert on Monday. We had an episode with James Groman where he showed a bunch of his work with Star Wars and Hasbro and all that stuff. And then Quip made us pick between Star Wars movies. And I don't know if you guys heard this, but I haven't seen a lot of the Star Wars movies. Like there are some that I haven't seen completely. So then at the end of the podcast, I said really quietly to the mic, I said, I love Star Wars. If anybody wants to give me Star Wars work, I love Star Wars just because.
Yeah, you should just put that out there, Sebastian.
Yeah,
when we're done with this, I'll give you some tips on like how to market yourself because you're a great artist, but like you obviously.
I mean, it's not like I'm wearing a shirt with my logo on it or anything, but
but then you say stuff like I hate Star Wars, so now you'll never work for Star Wars.
100%. Yeah.
So let me
blacklisted.
I'll coach you off camera on just how to function. So you get more work.
Got it.
John, should we tell everybody like the idea that we were talking about yesterday, or should we just like no? Okay,
nope.
All right. Okay.
I know you're excited about it and you like it, but
I am excited. I'm actually very excited about it. Yes.
All right. Just for those of you that may not know, the F your shelf, that's called F your shelf. Okay, so that should kind of clarify it. But the idea is that people submit, they click a little box that says, I understand this can be mean. So it's like a roast thing. No matter what the shelf, we are to tear it apart. Okay.
Yes. Oh, and John, this is the thing of the shoe. So Gary, so the F your shelf shoe on the what's the front of the shoe is the spinning dial. So that's
the real name.
Yeah, like with little names on there, and you can spin it. John, are you listening to the idea? Like you can spin the dial. What's that part of the shoe called? The Gary, the front of the shoe, whatever. And then below that, where the laces are, that's where you have a little tiny shelf, and that's the F your shelf shoe.
I like it.
Yeah,
we're here to talk about how to make money. That's what this is. So.
Okay. All right, boys. Because we have guests, our beloved guests, and you two are beloved. You get the first crack. And now remember, you have to tear down. It is not about being nice and going like, oh, well, here's the things I like. No, you go right into what are the bad things and why should this person stop collecting and not sell his toys, but throw his toys away. Don't even try to make money on them, burn them or throw them away. Go.
I mean, I'm starting at the bottom. Anime shelf. What a fucking loser.
Yeah, I don't.
This dude probably walks around narrating his whole life. And he's just like, one of those guys.
It's a valid criticism. I guess.
Yeah, this is. I like hearing it too.
John loves that.
Yeah. Say more about that.
Yeah. Probably paid way too much for that Goku. He's probably bought like fucking 18 different Gokus from different companies because they're like, oh, this one's got a ripped knee pad. This one's got a different hair sculpt. Let me compare them on my YouTube channel. I bought 4
Wait.
Are you roasting? Are you roasting the shelf?
Jonathan's like, wait, did I just bring up my photo?
A little specific.
No, this one's actually tough because I like the way the poses are in most of them.
I'm just watching John the whole time. It's just like he's fuming over there, but that's okay.
If there's one thing that I actually do not like when I'm like, I try to like as many things as possible. Like, you know what I mean? I just try to be like open about stuff. I fucking hate anime. I hate the animation. I hate how lazy it is. I hate everything about anime. Characters look cool, but don't fucking animate it.
Well, here's something I am going to say about what you just did, though, which is like, you don't. You're doing less about roasting this shelf and this person, and really just shitting on yourself now.
Man,
I don't think so.
I think Gary just effed his future appearances.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a guy that looks like he's still living in the 90s, early 2000s.
But that's what I love about Gary is Gary himself is throwback.
He is his opinion.
It makes you think of the 90s.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean,
back when cartoons were good. Wow. That's all I can do is tear apart is that.
All right. Well, let's move up a shelf, and Sebastian, Sebastian, I'll let you choose whatever shelf you want. I'm not gonna. There's 4 shelves here, and the entire unit, the lighting, the milkiness, whatever you want to talk about.
The milkiness is a good point.
There's a nice fog. He like fog machine the room.
Dude, I feel like I'm gonna fail this assignment so bad.
As long as you don't do what Gary did, I think you'll win.
No, dude. I saw. I've seen some streams of Gary, and he's just hot take after hot take. And
John was eating his face while Gary was talking. It was amazing. I loved it.
You're not even embellishing that, dude. I am an open book. I will talk shit about anything that I hate and think.
No, I am also an open book, but I also don't want to be stuck in the internet forever, where people can just find the stuff I say all the time.
They'll forget it in a week.
It's okay.
I mean, look, you hate Star Wars, obviously, and even you basically said even if they offered you a job, you'd say no. But also, what would what do you think? I would say probably easiest to do is pick one of the shelves, and then we zoom in on that and attack that.
I'm gonna do a compliment sandwich.
Get out of here, Jonathan. Fuck that guy.
So if you look at it, you know how when you look at thumbnails and you look at them from far, they have to read as a certain thing. There is one pose there of Ryu with Cyclops that I can see from here, and I love that because it's from the video game. On the left, on the second
you already failed the.
It's a compliment sandwich. It's a compliment sandwich. I'm saying the nice thing, and then I'm gonna roast it.
Well, that's not a sandwich. That's an open face sandwich.
Yes,
with no bread. It's like a lettuce wrap. But I'm not a fan of the profile running poses on the top. So I guess if there was a weaker shelf for me, it would be this top shelf, which is Marvel. Oh, it's because it's a video game shelf. So there is a purpose here, but I don't think it was executed correctly. That's a burn, right? Like that's a burn. Is that not a burn?
I mean, you're still very kind. Like Gary burned down the house. Like you're right now just kind of like
okay. I'm giving feedback. Also, yeah, dude, I can't do this, dude. It's gonna be my weak spot. This is gonna, but
I see. If I was your therapist, I'd be like, "This is healthy for you. You need a moment of this to just let this out."
Well, you can. I have done therapy for 2 years now, and you are not like my therapist, which I think is a good thing at this point. Yeah, move it on, dude. Go with the guys that know how to do this. Hatter and Jonathan.
Why is Leonardo on a shelf?
Oh, dude, hold on. I have a hot take against Gary on this one.
I'm all for that. Go on.
Gary's talking about those Lin June turtles, and he says they're terrible, and I love them. He's against the muscles that they have, and I encourage.
I just don't like their proportions.
They're soul turtles, man. What's not to like? They're full of testosterone.
I agree with you, Sebastian. The Ling Jun turtles basically represent what Michael Bay turtles should have been.
Right. And what, you just want another thing of the same thing you had before?
Yeah, Gary. It's okay. NECA's not going to be upset. NECA won't be mad at you if you say we like these turtles too.
if another company's making turtles, like I like the Joy Toy ones, even though they're way too small. I like when they get some extra stuff on them. I like them when they have like cool accessories, or they look a little bit different, kind of like the Fortnite turtles.
Gary, what about anime style turtles?
Oh, absolutely not, dude.
Wait, isn't 2012 a little
Yes.
anime?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, they're just hard edges.
No, dude, the expressions.
Everything about that is so heavily inspired by anime.
It's very
Fucking
anime.
child.
with the sweat drip. And, come on, dude.
Right, and the big eyes. It's like K-pop Demon Hunter.
It's just exaggerating facial features.
So then, in effect, you do love anime if you love those turtles.
Oh no, his whole world just collapsed.
I'm keeping my composure.
Also, I think on the third shelf he did DC and Marvel. That part I will do without, because I'm not really a fan of the DC properties at this point. But there's also Star Wars and Ninja Turtles. That shelf could use some work because there's too much going on there.
It's tough for me because like I just want to talk shit about buying like Marvel Legends, but I don't think any of these are Legends. They all look like they're.
Dude, I don't have.
I think there's some. There's some. Like, the Thanos for sure. Is where Captain America standing completely bowed, or am I just looking at? No, it's a triangular.
It's a triangle. Yeah.
Okay.
There's plenty of Marvel Legends garbage in here.
Yeah. Fucking thigh cut.
Bullshit. I ordered the ones from the Rivals game because those look good.
The ones from the that I missed the pre-order on that Venom, which pissed me off. But,
Why? You can go to other places. It's not just Hasbro.
Well,
yeah, I got them in Amazon.
Sold out. Amazon is sold out.
Oh.
I think most places are sold out.
Somebody will send it to you, Hatter. It'll be fine. You got friends.
You could also just
send it to me.
It'll probably be one of those things that shows up in Target too, and it shows up like a week before people get them from Hasbro. You could do a top 10 list of times you fucked up this year, and that could be on there.
Oh, you know what I just noticed?
That would be a good episode.
Like members only.
Mine will be not getting the Mondo Donatello, the limited edition one, timed edition.
Ooh. I have a way to fuck this shelf up. Why do they have the logos in front of so X-Men's in front of the Hulk? Is that supposed to be like an X-Men side, but Ryu's not part of the X-Men?
I can, that's a valid criticism.
Spider-Man up top. Are those all Spider-Men's? Those all Spider-Men's?
Yeah. Can we take a look at top, because I know Spider-Man a lot more than I know the other properties, and I want to see, because there's something here that I'm sure is a fuck up. What is happening at the bottom right? Who is that's attacking?
Is that the Shocker?
Yeah, it's the Shocker.
Oh, that's
a shitty Marvel Legends Shocker.
Okay, yeah, that I couldn't even tell that was Shocker. And who is he facing? I see a scorpion behind him.
I think it's like a movie Spidey.
He's bent backwards because he's getting blasted.
Yeah, it's one of the 8,000 Spider-Mans on the shelf.
Yeah. Although he does have, is that the Revoltech black costume ripoff Mess Toys, CT Toys Spider-Man? Because that is an amazing figure. So
maybe, because you're probably not gonna get that range on a Legends.
Yeah, probably not. I like yeah. This is a difficult one. Spider-Man has his back to the Green Goblin. That's pretty stupid. Because you don't do that. He'll
presence.
You got fucking Kingpin in the background, black on black. It's just a floating head. God damn it,
dude. Yeah. I mean, that's
right back there.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. You should have the white Kingpin, not the black suit Kingpin against your black shelf. That's stupid. Two in the pink. And
wow, what?
That's the Shocker, guys. You don't know the Shocker?
Oh my god.
Wow. I thought you were men.
For the most part, looked like nice shelves. I thought for the most part they were Marvel Legends would replace capes and stuff, because the capes are definitely not what they come with. But you've got the one up top with the plastic cape all the way up top, with the green yellow man, whatever they are. Don't know Spider-Man. That's clearly just a cheap cape that they shipped.
Isn't that Prowler up there?
Is it like old school Prowler?
Yeah, like comic book Prowler.
Might be old one.
He looked a lot like Mysterio.
Or is that Mysterio? Does he have two Mysterios? Because he's got the one.
Yeah. Oh, that might be. That
think
is
it's a clone.
Colorway.
But I don't see like the bowl on his head.
No.
Or the...
Anyway, we know it's not about whether we're stupid and don't know who characters are. It's about how bad the shelf is.
It's not about us, guys.
And how much either one he's like added a like I said, he did like some, he wanted some atmosphere, so he had like a smoke machine, or he just like vape rips like constantly. You know those guys are just like
just always like vaping,
always everywhere. You're like mid conversation, they're like, yeah. So anyway, I just bought this Marvel Legends guy, and it was just like, wow, this is really.
Jonathan, zoom in on that third shelf down. I think what I think is amazing on the third shelf down. Yeah. I love how the Shocker is known for standing still. I love that he's got a straight leg, just standing there pose. Because that's what he's known for. He's known. That's a Shocker. I told him not to say the Flash. Fuck me, the Flash. So I'm like, why are you guys not getting the joke?
Well, you gotta say the right character, but what I don't like is that this guy, obviously he's not against running poses, but then the guy who's supposed to run is just standing there like a fucking dude.
All these goddamn figure stands in here, and you can't throw one on the Flash to show him running fast. Like,
you know what I don't like about the Flash movies is that whenever they want to showcase speed, they always slow everything down. So you know what I mean? Like, can we not do special effects for speed instead of just slowing the frame down?
You don't like when he runs like this, and he
takes the hat off and puts gum in his beard.
John, that's how John runs, though. I've seen him run.
It was the most I've ever felt seen in a movie.
Yeah.
Jonathan, I think you should feel seen because I have noticed all of your clips doing those voiceovers, and they are great.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
I think I have sent you a couple of DMs about
complimentary today.
It is. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I'll be honest, that kind of F yourself sort of went nowhere. But
I know.
Okay.
It was a tough one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're not all going to be winners. I blame it on our guests. But yeah, let's.
You know what? Don't feel shocked because right at the start we said this was all on you guys.
Oh yeah, did we bring the energy? Was that enough energy? I don't know.
No, you did great. I think it was very. It was you don't have to bring the energy. You just have to be yourself. You have to be natural.
Yeah.
You have a story,
and we can say you guys were definitely yourselves today.
Yes,
not
me. Yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
F yourselves.
Yes, but just let's wrap out real quick. Sebastian, I did really like your story. I think it's actually important if you are an artist, you should listen to stories like this because that's how. Because you hear that a lot. How do I get that a lot. Like, how do I, get this out here? Can you support this? Can you, I get, John gets this. Like, I have a Kickstarter. Can you support it? That's also probably not the best way to do things either. Is just, hit up, hey, I have a Kickstarter. Like, just put your shit out there. And you can reach out to people. But I think naturally, if your shit is good, the people will start noticing and sharing and be your own, Sebastian is here because you have to be your own biggest push, fan and this and that. And not to the point where you just like spam the same people, but spam your own shit. Start an Instagram, start a social media, spam your shit out there.
Too many people give up too early. They want instant gratification. You can't. Yeah. It's not how it works ever.
No.
Right.
No. When I started my channel and people were like, there were some people early on that were like, wow, I'm so impressed with the quality, like how you can do this so early, like right off the bat or whatever. And like, I look at the first 5 videos or whatever. I'm like, ugh. But I understand what they're saying. And it's because I had 2.5 years of doing another YouTube channel that was not related to this at all. So it was like, I built up a lot of experience of editing and cameras and like just what I wanted. It was not just an immediate, I'm doing reviews and look at that.
Yeah, Near and I talked about that like every once in a while with that fucking auto T video you did, which was just not great, but really funny. And we were just sharing it on all the turtle groups. And then you did the follow up and everybody lost their fucking minds. And then they're like, oh, this guy could actually make toy review videos.
The auto T. I mean, I thought it was great, John.
I argued
Gary just
Yeah.
not great, but
Yeah,
like
yeah. That was a
I
weird
thought
start.
that video was great. Gary, you got a lot of hot takes, man. Let me ask you a question.
No, I'm talking about fuck off. I'm comparing it to his editing. I'm comparing it to his really good editing, and then he puts that video out, and it's like some fucking static, blurry Walmart background, and he's just like, it's not. I'm just saying it was different from what he actually does. God
All right,
damn it.
Gary, I'm giving you shit. Okay,
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I'm giving you shit
Just
right
keep
back.
in mind, maybe we should have like sent you a disclaimer. It's like, remember that when you come onto our live streams, we will not remove them at any point, unlike what you guys can do on your channel. So whatever you say in our stream will live there forever.
That's true.
Okay.
Gary,
didn't I
do
say
have a
like
question
20
now that
minutes ago?
John- I have a question now that John is here and listening. Is what are your thoughts on like Miyazaki movies? Like, what do you think about that?
To Gary, right?
Yeah, to Gary. Gary, what's it like? Spirited Away? Like, do you like though? Like Princess Mononoke? Are you a fan or?
I've never seen one, but I respect the art form of those.
But hold on. But let's face it. Like you've seen enough of the art to know. I mean, you would agree it's kind of it's a little lame, right? Like it's not like Miyazaki stuff is a little overrated,
they don't make
right?
fucking 3 goddamn scenes and then they just hold it for 10 seconds with voiceovers.
Right, exactly. I think.
Well, that's
so.
called saving money in animation, and the
cool.
American animations do that too, Gary.
Cool. You can only win me over with the money you put in.
Right, yeah. It's like get to it, stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. American animations will never just hide the animation and have them talk. Duh.
Yeah. No, I think Gary, I respect your opinion. Miyazaki is overrated, and let's face it, kind of sucks. So that's the official.
I didn't say that at all.
Gary agrees.
Miyazaki, am I right?
Yeah. Anime also sucks. New Bull Air coming out for the Bram Stoker Dracula. That's going to be an official thing. Gary, Sebastian, give us before we do like our song to wrap out. Give us the wrap ups for you, sexy folks, and what you're doing moving forward.
Just so I can have this as a work write off. Go to Kickstarter and type in Chuck E. Cheese and follow it, please. It goes live in June.
Yeah, the Kickstarter is up now, so follow. We'll have to put a link to the description. I don't want it to get lost. Chuck E. Cheese Kickstarter. Well, wait, is the Kickstarter up now or the landing page?
No, the landing page is up. You can go follow it. It launches June 16th.
My favorite thing is that we didn't even show this at all.
Yeah, we should. We're not very good at this.
Why are you so bitter?
Yeah. There's the link.
I just had it up on my screen this whole time, and I was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, Gary, you should have dove right in. Like, obviously, it's important to say Miyazaki sucks, but like, also we gotta like mention the Kickstarter and everything. We also have a Robot Reviews super chat. We got to go over this real quick for a $10 USD. I started my channel because my girlfriend told me to. She said STFU LOL, but I keep uploading because I want to, not because I want the views or subs. Fuck all that. I always do it because you want to do it. This is actually a very good point too. If you are starting a channel, I know we're talking about artists, but if you're starting a channel, John had 2 years of experience to work it out. When I started my channel, I was working it out in real time. I didn't have a channel.
And look at him now.
What happened?
I said, some
look at you now.
And I still am working it out. Some say I haven't gotten there yet, but I will one day. But the first 3 years of that channel suck. So
something I want to say about that, and thank you, Robot Reviews.
Yeah, thank you for the
do it because you want to do it, and I feel like I'm seeing it more than ever. The channels that are doing it almost out of obligation, and it's not like, and this is not the channels that have been around for 15 years that probably can financially like just make enough off to keep doing it, but these are like some relatively fresher channels that are just so upset and negative all the time about everything they get, and it's just like, then why are you getting it? And it's like thing. If we rewind it 6 months ago, you loved everything, now you hate everything. It's like, can you just don't review for your own mental like love of the things, so that you can like buy it, open it, and then be like, yeah, I do like collecting stuff. But when I feel like I have to talk about it, is it that gets the clicks that I hate this thing or whatever, or is it just Like you're just getting so burnt out on the thing, and I don't want people to do that. I don't like when I get something that I have to shit on. It's very rare when it happens, so I think it's more honest and obvious that it is a bad thing. But I still, after all this time and all the, like every video takes me like at least 2 days worth of work, I still love doing this and love getting the things. It's not Anthony Customs either. That guy just has always hated. That's like his. He just can't be a happy guy.
Is that the dude that used to get the NECA shit early, and everybody was like, "Why is this dude getting NECA shit early?" That dude?
I'm not sure. Anthony's he's just very the entire internet is like, this guy is always negative. He did love the in-art Batman Who Laughs, so he doesn't hate everything.
I'm pretty sure it's got to be that guy that I think Mir might remember got the Lawson 4-pack before everybody else. He was one of the review teams, and he's like, I don't even like Ninja Turtles, and everybody's like, what the fuck? Why are you?
Oh wait, who was that guy? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was him, because after that I went and talked to NECA about it, and I was like, how's this guy getting free shit? And I literally said, how is this guy getting shit? And then Jonathan, Neer, and I are not for reviews, and they're like, oh, the person that handles that hasn't been there for 6 months, and we just never updated it.
Wow.
All of our applications just never got looked at.
Yeah.
Lame. Anyway, just have fun.
Just if you have fun, if you are, even if your shit is I'm the negative guy, you should have fun with that. And I would also say, in terms of channel advice, this is something that I've actually just experienced with somebody who asked me to advice on a channel. Don't be I have to get the video perfect before publishing. Just put them out and then immediately work on the next one. And then immediately work on the next one. There's a lot of people that are like, I gotta tweak and get and this happens with like scripts and writers I meet. Like when I meet a writer that's like, I've been working on the same script for 5 years, I'm like, that's a red flag. Just put the shit out there and just fucking do the next video if you are trying to be
yes slowly one, find out why you're making the videos, right? Like what is your goal behind making the video? Do you want it to be like more like Mad Hatter stuff, or do you want it to be more like me? And like meaning like efforts, production, quality, worth watching. But just like,
I love that.
Don't sit on it with this like, well, I want to do this, and it's got to be like this, it's got to be like just do the one, and then the next one work on the thing, and the next one work on the next. Like slowly progress what you're trying to create versus feeling like the first one has to be perfect. Just improve over time, but understand what you want out of it. Like I'm always thinking about like, well, what can I do differently? How can I increase this experience and blah, 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 whatever. Always experimenting with new things. But that's what excites me about it too, is like sometimes sitting down, doing the edits and like pulling in music, and that inspires a new way that the intro flows. I like that a lot.
Yes.
But that may not be your thing, and that's okay. So find what your thing is and just enjoy it, whatever.
I think you have to enjoy. And I want to just address Mikkel Stapler, because that actually has something to do with John's advice. How do you give great advice yet? I've been on YouTube for 8 years, just hit 1,000 subs. LOL. Stop motion is the most popular art form. I will say, number one, 1,000 subs is nothing to sneeze at. 1,000 subs, especially for an art form like art versus. I think when you do toy reviews, because they are somewhat. I'm not saying this in a disparaging way, because they are somewhat topical. You get a bump. That's from exactly like, oh, I want to see what the toy is. So, you can jump. Like early on, I was able to get a lot of heat because like I got that NECA Krang really early, and like people that didn't know me were just like, okay, let me see this. So I will say this: art is very difficult because it's not providing any kind of topical service. Is just like, basically, here's my art. However,
he did the Secret of Nim thing, which was like a lot of dedication because it's a long stop motion thing, and there's like so much camera movement while things are animated. And I was like, oh my god! But that's like Secret of Nim is not a topical thing, but you can tell that this was like somebody that really cared about what they were doing and putting the passion and the efforts and everything into it, and then made it great.
Yeah, and this is a pure passion. Which is hard, but Mikkel Stapler is an example of somebody that loves the stuff that he does. But now, in terms of like like if you're going for like views, which is it's very difficult to quantify. It's like, I mean, John is a perfect example of like, I think he was doing however many years on the science thing. I guess, you know, it wasn't, don't be afraid. I guess what I'm trying to say is don't be afraid to continue what you're doing, but maybe pivot. If your goal is like, I want like more views or something, you know, experiment with something else. Maybe pivot, like, hey, I'll start a second channel, or I'll do something else that, you know, like, you know, work on something else. That's John's story essentially.
Dude, yeah.
So, you know,
it was 2.5 years and I like barely hit 2,000 subs. It was brutal, man. I was spending every video took an entire week of my time. It was a lot of effort, a lot of work, and it just didn't go anywhere. And I truly got burnt out and was like, well, maybe I'll just try some of these action figure reviews. I just started buying action figures, and now that's what I do. So
yeah, like my buddy Dane does the stop motion stuff. I forgot his handle, but like now he does stuff with like Universal. He did like an Alien one when like Romulan, something like Prometheus or something was coming. Alien Rom, I don't remember what it was. Was it DGDX? That's who it is. He does all the NECA stuff. He does all that fun stuff. Like he just busts his ass and just keeps putting stuff out. Just fun things that don't even make sense sometimes that he just puts on Instagram. You link it and you get popular, and yeah, like it just grows. Bull Airs, we've been doing full production like YouTube videos for a couple months now, and we're not even at, we probably, what do we have, like 800 maybe if we're lucky subs? I don't even think we're even at that.
It's hard. Like YouTube is its own animal and it's not transferable. Like if you have a success on Instagram, you jump onto YouTube sometimes and you're like, how come I have like 3 views? Whatever. Like I you know, my story from the start was just like I just needed an outlet to talk about the stuff I like to talk about. That's it. I was like, if I get 5 people that watch it, whatever. And I still function that way. I'm not like, you know, I have my day job. So luckily I don't have, you know, like that's a whole different model, is like, you know, like I'm going to make this a career. I can't give it. John would be better prone to advice on that. But like my whole thing, and I still function this way, is I just want to talk about the shit that I like to talk about. And I use it as an outlet. I like to, obviously people know me, know I like to talk. And I just use it as an outlet to like, you know, here's the lizard. Here's my thoughts about the lizard. So if you do that, if you have a small goal, but look at, I mean, I was able to turn that into an action figure. So you can, and that's a dream of mine. So you never know what putting yourself out there can do until you start to put yourself out there in a way like, you know, that you are doing it unabashedly. So, don't be afraid to, like, if you're an artist, YouTuber, whatever, just put your shit out there and continue to put your shit out there.
Or just do what I do and just say, make it an excuse to tell your wife while you're buying toys.
Exactly.
I need it for work. I need it for research.
It's a write-off.
But what he's saying is tell Gary's wife, like, hit up Gary's,
tell him,
like,
let her know. She'll be so hyped.
Anyway, I gotta go to work before I get fired. Sebastian, congratulations. The goofy shit looks great. That's on sale, I believe, next week or whatever. Make that sell out so that Sebastian can get more work, because even though I said he's rich.
That's a Bull Airs expense right there, baby. We're one.
Yeah. Buy Bull Airs, okay, and you know, they're coming out with some hot shit. And the Chuck E. Cheese Kickstarter, hit the landing page. That Kickstarter goes live in June. John, take us out with a song.
Okay, here we go. It's the end of the show with me and 3 guests. This one was the best for someone, but